As the Vice President and Secretary of Education, I strongly encourage the private sector to join hands with the government.
Mga kabanat, itong video nito ay speech ni Senador Vice President Sara Duterte, no? At na ano lang ako, medyo na gulat lang ako kasi ang title nito ang lihim daw, ang sikreto at lihim ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At parang pinakita niya dito yung mga accomplishment niya, yung mga plano niya talaga, lalo na sa larangan ng DepEd, na ito naman ay ikinahanga ng ilang mga kababayan natin at taga-suporta sa kanya. At gumagawa kasi ito si Vice President Sara Duterte talaga eh. Gumagawa talaga ito, at itong si Vice President Sara Duterte talagang matapang, no? Siya lang yung ngayon yung Vice Chairman ata ng LCAC, hindi ako magkakamali, na yan ay kinagalit na naman ng ilang mga oposisyon. So gusto ko ipapanood sa inyo mga kababayan, at panoorin din natin dahil hindi ko rin ito na review, medyo sabayan ko lang ng record itong pahayag ni Vice President Sara Duterte kasi nagulat ako sa title, at dito natin makikita kung totoo ba talaga itong nakasulat sa title ng video na ito na nakuha natin sa FB. So panoorin natin.
Thank you. You may take your seats.
So ang video na ito ay latest, no, kasi nakapagupit na siya. So baka last day, mga 3 days ago siguro itong video na ito.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Secretaries, Honorable Governors and Mayors, our partners from the private sector and international organizations and agencies, distinguished guests, fellow Filipinos, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum. Madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. In January, the Department of Education presented the Matatag Agenda, Bansang Makabata, Batang Makabansa. The agenda detailed the department's solutions to the problems that have become inherent in our basic education system for so long. They are already almost part of the country's education DNA. There had been revolutionary reforms to address these systemic problems in the past, but we continue to be shadowed by the issues left unsuccessfully fixed despite earnest efforts by the previous administrations to fix them. There is no denying that many of these problems are deeply ingrained in our basic education system, and some are deeply rooted in the reprehensible culture of corruption searing through the future of our learners. The Matatag Agenda hopes to stop the bleeding. Today, I am grateful for your presence and participation in the discussion of the progress and challenges we have encountered in the implementation of the agenda. At the same time, your presence and participation today are a confirmation of your undying commitment to the reforms we have envisioned together for our country's basic education. And most importantly, your presence and participation today is a declaration of your concern for the future of Filipino children. This is a future that is latched onto education.
So ito siguro ang sinasabi ng nag-post nito na plano ni Vice President Sara Duterte about sa mga student at mga future student natin. Maganda naman yung plano niya talaga mga kabanan. Tuloy natin.
And as our leaders and stakeholders As parents, we should be constantly reminded, day and night, all the time, of our task to ensure the future of our children. This is formidable, yes, but today, this is the reason why we are all here, to make the formidable unformidable.
Education.
The administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has committed to upholding basic education, and this can be seen through its current funding efforts. In 2023 General Appropriations Act, the education sector received the highest budget with approximately 800 billion. Out of this, the Department of Education received approximately 600 billion for basic education. However, these national budget allocations for basic education are not enough to cover all the requirements needed in achieving our agenda. Thus, partners and stakeholders who share our commitments are essential to delivering quality, inclusive, adaptive, resilient, and future-ready basic education for our 28 million Filipino learners across the nation. First, we have our partner local government units. LGUs supplement funding for basic education through the Special Education Fund. The SEF represents 1% of the LGU's assessed value of real properties. They are mandated by law to allocate this funding for the development of basic education in their area. The SEF allows expenditures for operations and maintenance of public schools, construction, and repair of school buildings, facilities and equipment, educational research, purchase of books and periodicals, and sports development, our basic education sector. At this point, let me thank the Government of Australia, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, the Asian Development Bank, the United States government through the United States for International Development under its ABC Plus project for supporting today's partners' convergence and supporting the preliminary activities leading to today's partners' convergence. We also acknowledge the support extended to us by the embassies of foreign countries based in the Philippines. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan. My meetings with our officials have often centered on education and the importance of having educated citizens in nation building. The input we receive during our meetings are truly valuable and are appreciated. We hope to continue forging partnerships that promote quality education for all. In June, I will be visiting Brunei, Darussalam, and Singapore as part of my tenure as president for the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, or SIMEO. Hopefully, we will be able to learn from the two countries' best practices in the area of education and the other SIMEO member countries. Equally instrumental in advancing our basic education sector are our local partners. These partners include private organizations, non-governmental organizations, and other civil society groups. Their contributions to our cause are invaluable, and we commend their dedication to improving the lives of Filipinos. In the past 2 months, DepEd gathered representatives of our ODA partners to align their programs to the Matatag agenda. Our ODA partners provided insights and suggestions for regions that may need more programs, and they identified the key areas into which partners can provide their technical assistance. Our local partners also expressed their support to reinforce the Matatag agenda by renewing their commitments to providing relevant assistance to the DepEd. These include measures to improve access to education, enhance teacher training, boost wellness and nutrition, and promote technology integration in the classroom. Let me therefore take this opportunity to present to you the list of priority interventions that support the Matatag agenda. For finance, capacity building on employees' loan management system and financial literacy programs for DepEd personnel and learners. For school infrastructure and facilities, construction or rehabilitation, building disaster-resilient schools, retrofitting classrooms, and electrification programs, as well as connectivity programs. For administration, digitization of forms, enhancement of existing systems, and assistance for its parametric and indemnity insurance for public schools. For curriculum and teaching, strengthening the literacy and numeracy programs, reviewing the mother tongue-based multilingual education, digitizing national assessments, strengthening inclusive education programs, and inclusive teaching approaches, among others. For human resources and organizational development, development of quality assurance effectiveness, upscaling of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines, and knowledge sharing from the partners in their expertise as their priority programs for interventions.
So yun ang pinakitang itong naka-slide na ito mga kabanat. Yan ang mga plano ng ating head ng Department of Education na walang iba kundi si Vice President Sara Duterte. Yun ang mga plano niya. Magaganda yung mga gusto niya i-improve kasi yung education sa ating bansa.
For operations, provision of mobile medical and dental clinics, enhanced school-based feeding program, learner rights and protection mechanisms, mental health program, learner and youth program development, and the Farm-to-Table Nutrition Project of DepEd as the main programs of the agency promoting learner welfare, as stated in the agenda. And lastly, for procurement, technical assistance in improving the procurement processes of the department through continuous capacity building and digitalization. As we work towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals in basic education, we must acknowledge that no organization or government can achieve them alone. We need strong partnerships that involve all actors, including the private sector, civil society, and local communities. Let's work together to prioritize our interventions in education, including increasing the number of quality teachers, ensuring that our school facilities are adequate, and providing access to modern technologies that will enhance the learning experience of our students. It is true that the pandemic has heavily disrupted the education system, but the disruption has also given us a chance to pay more attention, evolve, and innovate our education system. As the Vice President and Secretary of Education, I strongly encourage the private sector to join hands with the government and our development partners to ensure that we can achieve our objectives in education. It is important to note that this convergence is not just about the exchange of ideas, but also about action. The discussions and collaborations that happen during the preliminary activities and convergence of partners should translate into concrete projects and programs for the benefit of the communities we serve. With the help of our partners, we can provide alternative ways of learning and develop lifelong learning skills, which will enable students to learn in the safety of their homes, especially during emergencies and disruptions. Through the agenda, the Matatag agenda, our learners will recognize that true learning is an ongoing process and they never stop growing and developing as individuals. They will remain committed to continuous self-improvements and self-reflection, finding ways to improve and expand their own knowledge and skills so they can better support those around them. Being matatag means cultivating resilience, perseverance, and determination, not only in their own studies, but also in supporting others who may be struggling or disadvantaged. Our matatag learners will be the pillars of strength and stability for their fellow learners, providing a steady hand to guide them through the ups and downs of their educational journey. And these learners will define the future of the Philippines. May today's generation strive to be empathetic, compassionate, and understanding towards others, and to be open-minded and respectful of diversity in all forms. Let us give Filipino children a chance to compete on an equal playing field with the rest of the world. They are the future, and investing in their education today will bring great benefits to our country in the years to come. We greatly appreciate the support we have received from our partners and stakeholders, but we also recognize the challenges we still face in achieving our goals. It is encouraging to see our passion to work together towards a common objective. I commend all the participants who have come together today from different organizations with a shared goal of improving the lives of learners and people in developing communities. To be a matatag partner means to be strong and unwavering in the face of challenges and adversity. It means being steadfast in our dedication to learning and growth of our Filipino learners and acknowledging the essential role that teamwork and solidarity play in achieving these goals. Thus, to say, matatag partner ako is to proclaim our unwavering dedication to the values of education, collaboration, and unity. As matatag partners, we recognize that education is not just about the academic achievements, but it's also about personal growth and building character and developing life skills. And ultimately, to be a matatag partner means to be part of something greater than ourselves. To be part of a movement that has the power to transform lives and communities. It means collaborating, learning, and growing together towards our shared goal of creating a better world through education. I urge you to sign the commitments board and be a matatag partner. Your assistance, shared knowledge, and expertise and partnerships can transform our learners to become better citizens. Let us stand firm in our commitment to building resilient communities of learners para sa isang bansang makabata at mga batang makabansa. Ang lahat para sa Diyos, sa bayan at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Yan, mga kabanat, yung napakinggan yung speech ni Vice President Sara Duterte, no, mga kabanat. Siguro kaya nalagyan ng title na nakakagulat nga eh. Nakakagulat daw yung mga plano ni mga sikretong plano ni Vice President Sara Duterte. So yun guro, yung isa-isa nga na mga sinasabi niya na kung titingnan natin ay maganda naman yung plano niya talaga para sa mga mag-aaral. Yun, kasi halos napabayaan talaga yung Department of Education na yan, no? Diba? Napabayaan talaga mga kabanat at pinasok na rin yan ng mga taong labas. Ibig sabihin yung mga halang yung kaluluwa na gusto ng pagkakitaan yung Department of Education. At normal ka naman talaga sa ating bansa, no? Lahat naman ng ahinsya sa ating bansa ay ginawa ng hanap buhay, no? Makikita natin sa mga pagdinig, napakarami talagang mga halang na gusto lang kumita, kahit ano-ano na lang ay gustong pasukin basta't makakita na lang. Pati itong Department of Education, alam naman natin ay talagang napasok na rin yan, diba? At sa kaso lang itong Vice President Sara Duterte talagang malakas ang loob at pati nga mga makakaliwang grupo ay nilalabanan ito. So yan lang muna mga kabata, ating video. Maraming salamat. See you next video.